Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Journey, known as your personal confidant. Today I would like to talk to you about the Netflix documentary, The Tinder Swindler. I was home on a Saturday night. It was cold. I was not going anywhere. They were talking about they were expecting a winter storm. So I'm like, I am staying in cozy, okay, where it's warm. Got in my little Huggies, looking for something very interesting to watch. And I stumble upon that and I'm like, okay, what is this? This looks very interesting. So I was not sure if it was a movie or, whatever it was. However, I'm like, okay, I've been on dating apps before, so this seemed very, very interesting. What are they talking about? I like how they really set up the scene where they had 3 different women that the documentary was about, where they had 3 different experiences, and each woman told their stories individually. The Tinder Swindler is Simon, originally from Israel. He has conned numerous women worldwide using dating apps, specifically Tinder, to con women out of millions of dollars collectively. It's been confirmed that he has conned approximately $10 million from women. And what he would do is match with these women online on Tinder, and he come off as this billionaire. That's how he marketed himself, with lavish lifestyle of yachts, private jet, Michelin star dining, designer clothing, shoes, watches. I mean, whatever it is that you could think of, this man looked like he was legit. And not only was he flaunting this on his profile, he actually had a social media to actually correlate with all this. His story was on point. Do you hear me? I'm like, these men's, honey, look, I don't know what's going on, but these men's are like, they're doing the most out here, okay? I actually thought that this story was very, very fascinating. Clearly, he's a sociopath, narcissistic, all of the above in that family. But for some reason in the documentary, they did not say anything like that. They did not categorize him as such. I'm saying it based on what I watched. That was my takeaway. I must say he is brilliant though. Like, if us as women took our emotions out of it, we can actually, see like, wow. Scary though is there are people like that that's among us in broad daylight, swindling women all over. He's just been the story that's out there, and I will tell you, his method, his strategy is beyond me. The documentary is told through 3 women's various experiences, individually though, and starting off with Cecilia. Cecilia is Norwegian from Norway, and she's just this cute little, cutesy girl, and she believes in love, and she's all about the romance, and she's in love with love and all that butterfly girly stuff, right? So she matched with Simon, and immediately Simon was like, oh, I'm going to be in your city. I believe she was in London at the time. I'm going to be in your city and we should meet up, like right off the bat. And she thought like, as women, we have those little intuitions like, this is strange. She's like, let me just go through with it. And that's exactly what she did. She met Simon at this very, very nice restaurant. Immediately. Of course, how could you not like a Simon? Okay? Simon looked nice, honey. His skin looked like butter. You just want to touch him. Looking at Simon and his attire and all his glory that he's manufactured, how could you tell yourself no? We know that there is something off because our intuitions never lies to us, but we can't help ourselves but to inquire. and figure out what's over there. What does Simon has to offer? But honey, Simon was all with the grooming, okay? He knows what the girls are looking for. He did not miss a beat. He was on top of it. He had the car, he had the hotel, he had the restaurant down pat, credit card. I mean, he was so smooth. How could you not believe a Simon, honey? And if you didn't, you want to believe that there's a Simon and he's real. So this girl thought that she done found her fairy tale. She done found her Christopher Columbus, and she's about to like just get her dreams, all what she's desired. She slept with Simon on the first night. Simon took her to a hotel, and Simon started talking some gibberish about the marks that he had on his body and where he got it from. So he started like painting his narrative. He started positioning her. He started grooming her right off the bat. And she was like, oh, he was oversharing. Usually when a man is oversharing, because you know they don't overshare nothing. But usually when they're talking, whatever it is that they're saying, girl, it's a lie. Just pay attention to their actions. But with Simon, Simon had it on lock, honey. Even his actions was not even questionable. The cars was there. The lavish lifestyle was there. I mean, like, he had security guards. He had like a security team. Like, he had his story down to the T. And that's what he was serving all the girls. The same story, the same pictures, the same lingo, the same WhatsApp messages. He was so attentive and caring and loving. How could you not be? He was working her. He works all the girls, okay? And so Cecilia was in love. So Simon asked Cecilia to come up to whatever city he was in. Cecilia was like, she packed her bags, honey, and Cecilia was gone. And she knew she was taking a chance. That's what I'm saying. It's not like we don't know, but we're curious. We want to tell ourselves that it's okay. So we're taking the chance. So Cecilia packed her things, and honey, she was on the flight with Simon's ex-wife, and his child was on the private jet with Cecilia. Like, what man do you know that does not even know you, but you're meeting his ex-wife and his child? Go, like, it's kumbaya. Like, really? Like, that should have been a red flag. But you know what? I mean, I get it, Cecilia. You couldn't deny yourself. You saw all this before your eyes. You're like, I can't stop myself. But Cecilia knew that there was something wrong with it. So she chatted with the girl, and the girl was just lovely. I mean, what girl is lovely? Hello? At that capacity? Like, so now you're an ex-wife or a baby mama, and you're just so cool to meet the other girl that's taking your position? Okay, fine. We'll go with that. He was always messaging her on WhatsApp, sending her beautiful messages, beautiful texts, how he misses her, but he was always busy, right? And he was always so sorry that he couldn't spend more time with her. So he would fly her in here and there, wherever he was at for the night, and he always had some business thing going on. And so when he got her right where he wanted her, a month later, then he asked her if he got her right where he wanted her. Of course, he love bombed her, and they were a couple immediately. And Cecilia was just over the moon. Like, this is what she's been waiting for. This is the desires of her heart. So she's all the way in. Do you hear me? All the way in. Simon propositioned her with, we should move in together and get an apartment. So Cecilia went apartment hunting, video recording, and showing Simon what she found, and just like over the moon, like, oh my God, I'm about to move in with my man. And her budget was $15K. You know, if we're going to talk about budget as women, we want to know that the budget is on point. Okay, with $15K a month budget, hello? That's what I'm talking about, Cecilia. However, when he propositioned Cecilia with being his girlfriend, he did say that he has something very important to tell her. Given he was a billionaire's heir in the diamond industry, he is working on a $70 million deal. And he has some dangerous people after him because of that deal. And so he just wanted to let her know what she's up against, but not to worry. His security team has it handled. He just wanted to be upfront with her. And she was like, oh my God, should I be worried? He's just working her. And sure enough, of course, that's her man. She wants to be in a relationship with him. We can handle it. Anything we could conquer together. Hello, it's love after all, right? It's love. We can get through this. After he got her right where he wanted her, he started to plant the seed. Now he's asking her for money. Not anything substantial, but, is there, a way that you can help me out? Because, I can't use my credit card. My security team told me not to use my credit card. And so I just need your help right now because I can't touch my money, or they will be able to trace me. Could you loan me some money? So Cecilia took out a loan, honey. He conned Cecilia out of $200,000. The lies just kept on coming and coming and coming. He kept on laying it thick, 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 thick. He would use women to take out loans, substantial amount of loans over time, not just in just one setting, just over time. And he would use that money to afford the entertainment and lifestyle of other women so he could con them later. So he used Cecilia to afford him the expenses and entertainment to lure other women in. Cecilia's thinking, that's my man. I have to hold my man down. However, you can tell that something is off about this. It's not genuine. And she feels like she's getting played because every time he calls, it's all about money. He puts so much pressure on her. No, I need this now. She kept on taking it out, right? And it came to a point that she was at capacity with the loans. In order to solve that problem, he said that he would hire her as an employee in his diamond business. And so she would be able to take out business loans now. That's what she did. It just got worse and worse and worse. He would promise her that he's going to pay her back. The deal is about to come through. But during this time, she would barely see him. He was with other women, entertaining other people. And what he would do is he had his stuff so legitly tight that he would send these women the same video and audio of his security man is down. He is hurt. And they are in the ambulance where he has blood gushing out of his head. And he's just kind of laying out. And there's the paramedic there, like, taking care of them. But they're going to be okay. Like, it was, like, elaborate. It was brilliant, I must say. And I'm like, who is this guy? Like, you have no consideration, no remorse for any of this. And he applies a lot of pressure too. I need the money now because, like, all these loans and these high interest rates, I need to start paying them back. So he wrote Cecilia a check. And of course, the check bounced. Went on him like a true narc. He got mad at her. Started gaslighting her like something is wrong with her. And his excuses was just so elaborate. It's like always something. Always something. He kept an excuse. And Cecilia, when she found out, that's when it hit her. Wait a minute. Something is wrong. So Cecilia started to wonder, like, wait a minute. Things are not adding up with him. The math is not mathing up. Okay, so she started subtracting. And she called one of her creditors, which was American Express. One of the personnel was like, hey, you want to look up this name. She researched the name, come to find out it was her Simon, honey. He has this reputation, and American Express knew it. So that was her first hint. She called Simon up and asked him about it. Of course, he got all upset. Mind you, the check bounced, and he still had the audacity, the gall, to get upset with her. And so that fell apart. So after she realized that she was conned, she was gotten, she blocked him, and she went to her mom's house in Norway. He actually called the mom's house and threatened her. And so she was scared for her life. She owed all this money. She did not have any means to repay it. She was so psychotic that she had to check into a psych institution. She was afraid that she was going to commit suicide. She was literally losing it. She was up here with debt. And I'm like, girl, like I pitied her. But girl, you knew, like usually when it's too good to be true, that's just what it is. It never fails. Cecilia said that, no, this is not it, honey. I'm not going to rest. She started to do her own investigations. She reported this to the local news station and they started looking into it. And they were like, okay, this is just so out there. They did not even want to believe it. So she was like, you know what? I'm going to take it a step further. I need this out there. I need to caution other women. He needs to pay for this. So she went an extra mile by giving them all of her transcripts of the time she met him on Tinder up into the time that she blocked him. I'm talking about personal messages, videos of her, you know, and him together. I mean, it was a lot. But she felt like, you know what, it was worth it. She wanted justice. And they're like, oh, we have something here. Now we're on to the next victim named Pernilla. Pernilla was just basically saying that, you know what, I want someone that actually have the same lifestyle as me, like an interest. And she matched with Simon. Simon did the very same thing that he did with Cecilia, of course. Meet me here right away. He gets straight to it, honey. And Pernilla was just kind of like, I'm not, you know, just again, woman's intuition set it in. She met up with him. Of course, she's impressed because we're girls, right? But she knew very early on something was off. She was not attracted to him. And it was just kind of like his mannerisms and all that. Like as women, we have our intuition. It never fails us. Like I said, it never does. So she was like, kind of like side-eyeing him. But she couldn't get past the fact that he looked the part. The restaurant, the cars and all that. And, you know, so she's like, okay, I guess. But they just remain friends though. What he would do is he would fly her into these lavish, exotic vacations with other women, and she would befriend the other women. She would be fine with that, you know. So she was just a friend. She was not even a love interest, just a friend. That's how elaborate he is and strategic he is. And of course, the fact that I allowed you to come in my private jet, I paid for you, paid for these vacations. So the same video and pictures and texts of the middle of the night that he sent to Cecilia, he sent it to Pernilla one night. And he's like, oh, he's shot, he's hurt, with the blood gushing, all the pictures in the video, everything is the same, right? That's what he does. Like, he has it, like, to the T. Determined, like, this is how I'm going to con these women. And it always worked clearly. And he's like, I'm going to need some money because they're going to be able to trace me. The same exact story. It doesn't really change. She's like, well, that's my friend. He's invited me. He's paid. He has money. I have no reason to believe that he's not going to pay me back. And usually when he pays back a little extra. And they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. But when they go to cash it, there's nothing there. So, of course, he kept on asking for money. She would send it. Asking for me, she would send it over and over again, putting a lot of pressure on her. I need this, I need that. And she's like, okay, I'm helping out my friend, right? She was currently staying with her mom so she can save money to get herself a flat, which is an apartment in Europe. And she's like, okay, my bills are due now. I need this money back. Nowhere to be found. He was just giving her all sorts of like excuses. And finally he gave her a check. Of course, it was for more than she loaned him. And she was like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like, I appreciate it. Went to cash it, confronted him. Of course, he's more upset than she is. And saying that it's a mistake. He can't believe it. What's going on? He has nothing to do with it. And she started to like side-eye him like, something is not quite right. So Cecilia actually got in touch with her. Cecilia started reviewing all the tickets that he purchased under her loan, her credit cards, and doing her research, she found Pernille's name, and she actually contacted her on Instagram and messaged her to call. And when they started exchanging messages, they found out like, wait a minute, he's a con. So now they both got together to out him and warn other women. And also they were hoping that they would get some justice and get their money back. I'm not sure how much they were hoping to get back, but it was like something is better than nothing. Pernille and Cecilia joined forces with the journalist, and they actually went to Israel. They did a whole bunch of investigations on this man. He had numerous names. It was not just one name. Come to find out, he's been doing this since he was a teen. He's been swindling. He's been conning people forever. This is what he does professionally. It's how he's been able to afford this lavish lifestyle, which has been manufactured from other people's finances and livelihood. Now we're introduced to the third woman, Aileen. Aileen has been dating Simon for about 14 months, like in a very serious relationship. That's her boyfriend. They are planning on getting married, starting a family together. Like everything is going great. She works at this designer store and they're looking forward to a future together. Nothing has actually caused her pause at all. She didn't suspect of anything that he was doing until one day while she was waiting for her plane to fly back home, she came across this article with Simon's picture and she's like, what is going on? So she sent the article to Simon immediately, and Simon could not wait to come up with a story. So when she got off the plane, she got a whole lot of messages from Simon. And she knew for sure that he was lying. And so she had to keep her cool. She knew Simon was lying. She was not buying it. Like, there's an article out on him. It's his name, it's his picture. Like, what is she missing, right? After Aileen went off on Simon, she's like, wait a minute. This man owes me over $100,000. I believe it's $140,000. I need to make this money back. She called Simon. She apologized. I still want to be with you. And so now she's playing his own game. She flew to a city in Europe to meet up with Simon. Simon was out of money. Simon didn't have anything. And she was like, well, you know what? What we can do is we can sell your designer clothing, watches, and everything. And I can sell them on eBay. And we can make this money back. And he was like, oh my God, would you please do that for me? And she was like, of course I will. So she packed all his things in like 3 suitcases, put it in her car, flew back home, and started selling his stuff on eBay. And she kept the money for herself. Sarah was like, why are these things not selling? Like, what's going on? She was like, no, I'm so... After a while, Simon's like, oh, wait a minute. It's been weeks now. Nothing has came in. You've played me. He went off, all erratic. I love you, or I can't, then to threatening her and then trying to make it right with her. It was, you have to watch it. It was like the most craziest thing. And she's like, nope. She kept her cool, like, nope. She kept her money, and I'm not sure just how much money she made back, but she was in a better position than the other two. Simon was like, oh, you know, like, I'm at a hostel, I'm growing a beard, I don't have anything, please help me out. She was like, whatever. She actually helped the authorities find Simon. He was supposed to do like 12 months or something in jail in Israel, where they found him, and he ended up doing like 6 months or 3 months on good behavior. It was something ridiculous. So there's no justice. He never paid back the monies. We actually saw him in Israel living lavishly with women around him. He actually had a girlfriend. Nice car, nice vehicle, the same lifestyle. I wonder, like, what is this all about? So the women are continuously working to see if they can get justice. Aileen made out better than probably all of them. She was smart enough to think ahead and not let her emotions get in the way. And it's like, ladies, we have to get better. We cannot continue to be praised to men. We know. It's not like we don't know. I've known before. It comes to a point, we know our intuition always serves us. It was so sad to see these women that were taken advantage of. All their life savings, everything is gone. They have nothing. They're still not able to pay back their debts, while Simon is still living large. Somewhere in Google, he had the gall to advertise his consultant business. In what stratosphere? When it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. We can go ahead and say that it's online dating, they have all the creeps, but where do you think they come from? They're walking amongst us. They're in broad daylight. They're our neighbors, our pastors, our deacons, our daddies. Like, they're not another stratosphere. They're here amongst us. We have to do a better job at vetting. Yes, Simon was different. However, I know there was a point in time, several points in time, where your intuition is telling you, mayday, 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 danger, 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 and you're still going forward. That's going to be an impediment to us. What's very interesting is they never address, how did he get the private jets, the cars, the hotels, the exotic vacations? Like, that had to be more than $10 million. How did that all even come together? How can he possibly get away with this? This is kind of like a Ponzi scheme. Unreal. Cecilia is still looking for love. She went back on Tinder. I can't say that it's online dating that's the issue. We could have met him anywhere. Yes, online dating is very superficial. It put you in contact with people that you probably wouldn't have ever have met. So the probability of you meeting such individuals is much higher. I would agree with that. I cannot dispute that. However, whoever the man is, it's a process of vetting that we must go through. We must be disciplined. We must be able to manage our emotions. I really hope that these women get some kind of justice and this man has paid for the crime. I'm sorry that they had to experience this. This kind of experience leads to PTSD. No matter who you meet now, you would never feel like you can trust them. You would never feel like anything, any man or anybody is telling you is real. You have to work through that. Thank God that Cecilia's life did not result in suicide. It wouldn't have been worth it for him. Not for him. And I'm sorry that she had to experience that. Her life will never be the same. All of them. It's sad. We must be very, very, very careful who we introduce in our personal lives. Not everyone deserves a seat at our table. People are dangerous. Really scary. Folks are broken and damaged. They will bankrupt you in any way if you allow them. Physically, emotionally, financially, whatever they can get out of you. It was always a story with Simon. He would not give up. He would not give up his position. He would never admit to it. He would rather threaten you and hurt you before admitting to it. Even when he said that he was in the so-called hospital, I don't even believe that. He was just trying to get her to give him some money. It's unfortunate. I'm glad that Netflix decided to do a documentary on this. I hope that this continues to get exposure, because we really need to know what is out there. We need to be able to protect ourselves, to be aware, to exercise caution. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. Have you had any strange dating experiences? Let's talk about it. Until next time, take care.